Hello, everybody. Welcome in. This is our guild meeting, day 26 abriles, anno 2024. So this is our guild meeting, just calling everybody to order. And I know I'm running on island times, 12 minutes late. It's not that I wasn't ready with my backgrounds for the guild meeting. That was ready yesterday, I promise you. But the sneak peek actually is so big. It would have been done today. Unfortunately, I was under the weather, and as some of you, I know, Hero Flame, you told me to take care. Simon Tan, you told me to take care. Dark Alice, you told me to take care. And Tishy Adams, you told me to take care. But I have gotten sick, and I've been physically ill today. We won't spend a lot of time thinking about that. But I actually slept through the entire afternoon because my insides are just not settling. So, when you go to a raid and you're hacking up the enemy and things fall in your mouth and some of them bleed green. I mean, there's ooze everywhere. Magic spells. Who knows what it is that got me? But whatever it is, I'm here with a giant cup of water and a bottle of my flavored water from yesterday that I'm sure is not what made me ill. But I wanted to open the guild meeting, give everyone a chance to figure out that I'm in here. I am hoping that Sign Rattan, you had a wonderful interview and you get the job that you want. You deserve it. I know you're working hard out there. Hero Flame, I haven't heard from you lately, but I've got 2 more videos for you to critique for me because I must find the one that makes you feel good. And I need the truth, though. It's okay. If you guys don't know me, we have about 25 new subscribers that have just joined us. This week, I want to thank you all for liking my work and wanting to be part of the community. I want you to know that the Sign Rattan, Hero Flame, they've been with me some of the longest standing subscribers so far in the past year. They're not afraid to tell me their personal opinions because all of you know things that I don't know. And you may like certain genres out there. And by telling me your opinions, and everyone's always been very kind with their opinions, but honest, and that has helped me make better work, which has brought more of you here into our community. So please don't be afraid to make requests in the comment section. The only thing I ever ban or block from my area is trolls. And unfortunately, there have been some children, or I hope they were children and not adults, who've come in here and trolled me on a personal level. I've erased their stuff, or I can't remove people from my channel, but if they're saying inappropriate things to me or us in the live episodes, I want to be an inclusive and a safe place for all of us. And I'm here because I know how hard it is once you leave school to make new friends or find the friends that are healthy for you or the people we have things in common with. And if we're all here online, we at least have that in common. And to have some white noise. I'm a white noise for a lot of my long-standing subscribers. I'm not offended by that because I know that I have a hard time sleeping and I know that I live by myself. So, sometimes, and I scare myself watching ghost hunting shows all the time. It's really unnerving to wake up in the middle of the night and hear someone calling your name and you forget that your computer's still on. Yeah. So sometimes, we talk ghost stories a little bit on Tuckin' and Chill Nights. Lately, I haven't been doing that. I wanted to get away from it because I have had funerals in my family. My friends have had funerals in their families. It seems to be, unfortunately, a year. A lot of us have lost friends, family, and family pets, which is a very deep connection too. And so for a lot of us out there who are grieving right now, I wanted to get away from that because I don't want to take away from the seriousness of real grief. And I wanted to be an emotionally safe place. So just for all of you who are new, I just wanted you to know that right off the bat. You can ask me for different types of things. I will explore them. If it's really not for me, I'll tell you why, but I will take things from your ideas and try to action them to make you happy. Because sometimes, I may have a half dozen scripts going at a time in different styles. Sometimes I go back to an original gold idea. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood to keep going with something and I need to just refresh. But it doesn't mean I'm not inspired in other ways. And I do want to get into that. So I'm going to switch to the next I wanted to cover in the format things to celebrate. And I realize there's a lot here. You may not be able to read the screen, but you don't have to. Lay back, close your eyes, and let me lull you to sleep if that's the. I mean, that was one of the main purposes of ever doing this. I am an insomniac who started to kind of snore a little bit, and I'm not a trucker, but so the unnerving nature of having a young lifetime of sleeping like the dead and people poking you to see if you're still breathing, to go to now, being an insomniac, any little noise could wake me up, feeling a shadow cross me, air pressure changes might wake me up. So terrible if I'm the one starting to snore and I'm an insomniac and not knowing what that horrible, scary, awful, animalistic sound was that roared in my ear. I would be searching the house with my baseball bat, honestly, or my hockey stick, checking all the doors and windows, not understanding what was in there with me making the sound until a friend told me to record myself, and I found out horrible truth. And there are people here that are subscribers. One of my first subscribers, people that I actually know that have traveled with me for decades, and I never did, and now that it's starting to happen, terrible. I've set myself up to go to an apnea clinic, but yeah, these things are happening. Sorry, I just had to hydrate. Now, we have, as of today, 187 subscribers this morning. I'm very excited that we've had new growth all of a sudden. I mean, it was actually, for those of you who are my new subscribers, I wasn't doing memes, but in January, my iCore 5 computer died for the, I think, third time. I lost scripts and all sorts of stuff that was in the making, and it just couldn't handle the load. I took away my signature opening screen and my signature closing screen, which I want to bring back now that I've got this beautiful, absolutely silent iCore 7. It's not a 9, but there's no way I can afford a 9, and my family got together and gave me a gift, and my brother helped me build it. Well, I didn't help him. He built it, and he's got my old hard drive, which when he has the time, he's going to put back into this one. So I will have two so that I can get out. I actually was working on shower meditation videos, and but that's when it died again. But he's saved this stuff, and he's going to get it back in the computer for me to finish them, because it took me like 5 days, multiple hours a day to set up the backgrounds for it. I set up and saved all of the music special effects I was going to layer, because if you may not know, if you're a new subscriber, I was originally, a year ago when I started planning this, I originally wanted to make lo-fi beats. I can play the piano, I can read music, I've helped people on guitar, because guitar music is really the right hand of the piano. So if they know what the strings are, I could tell them what the notes were, and they could play. And so I found it very handy. Xylophone's easy, and I just put color stickers on them for people. But in my Kennery Music Royal Conservatory, trained when I was really, really small. I didn't go very far, but I think I got to grade 5 with a teacher and grade 8 on my own, and after that I lost interest. But realizing what the lo-fi beats are and that people are mixing online now, I could definitely play chords, but I don't like any of it. And even Magnus out there, who's the very first subscriber I ever had, who still watches my stuff, and that's why you'll see him in door games when I make them. Magnus would sit there and try to make them too, and he's like, it's not like, I mean, I'm doing everything they're telling me in these courses, and I don't like it, and I'm finding the same. But sometimes we're our own worst critics. But I intend to eventually get back to that, and now that I have the iCore 7, I may be able to. But I do, even if I'm not making the music, I often rely on a mix kit, music effect license for most things, and sometimes something free streaming from Melody Loops, or the odd time I've gotten into Tune Pocket, only because they've got the solfeggio rhythms, which a year ago I didn't understand at all. I was studying to make my own binaural beats, again, because one of the first services I wanted to provide helped people sleep. And I noticed that there were sleep time stories, so we started Tucking in Chills. Originally my own stories, but I ran out really fast and couldn't keep up with how often I wanted to do the shows. So I started to make certain shows every other week and alternate them, because it was just too much in a week with going to school and having a day job. So got to pay the rent or I won't have Wi-Fi and then I can't talk to you. So that became the priority. But this is stuff that I'm doing. And for the very first time with these new 25 subscribers, now we're at 187. Thank you so much, everybody new. And thank you, everybody who was my original subscribers who stuck it out with me. We have over 924 videos, and I've got to tell you, I've preloaded things. So there are we've got almost 1,000 videos that I have already developed and like 5 different areas of scripts that I've been banging out and possible memes and so forth as I keep exploring, because when my computer crashed, the i5 for the I don't know, even 4th or 5th time, not even 3rd, and I lost everything and I couldn't get it to even refactory start again, I started making memes out of desperation. And those memes led to discovering other things and the torso. I dropped my camera lols, which brought in us some new subscribers. And thank you for letting me know why you joined my channel, those of you out there who did, because it tells me, it encourages me in which new directions I went in order to keep myself live online with you guys in some way if I couldn't stream. And that's why you'll see some people like Simon 10 or Hero Flame, who are my very first to talk to me in my live streams, to tell me, you know, we're glad just to see you streaming, even if I did some rough stuff. I did some rough stuff in desperation just to make sure that I didn't break my stride too badly. And my original subscribers very forgiving of that. While we rolled around trying to do other things, just to keep me out there, keep my voice to your ear, which I love. We have had, for the first time and maintained for the past 2 weeks, over 10,000 views within the past 28 days, over 54.5 watch time hours, over 50 hours. This is huge for us because for those of you that are new, we weren't hitting that. But I mean, we're just a small group to start. But I'm so excited to see these numbers and still very hopeful to obtaining my goal of monetizing, because I really would like to spend more time doing this if it could help sustain my bills. Then I would definitely put more focus in on and even getting to doing podcasts down the road. But right now, definitely don't have the time to do it. Hoping in the summers I will always have more time. So what else? So I have an iCore 7 built by Magnus for me to keep me connected to you guys. Thank you so much. This is also the very first 2 weeks of my life where the research tab has gone active. There are enough of you out there watching. Over 72% of the people who watch me on a regular basis have not subscribed. So there are so many more of you out there if you could subscribe. But I do understand the reasons why, and some of you have told me you don't want to have a YouTube channel yourself in order to be able to participate. So we may see viewers, but they don't chat. It's not that they don't want to. Some of them do play the World of Warcraft with me when we do gamer nights and we do Dragonflight Follies on Sundays. They're definitely there in the game with me. Some of them are the reason who pushed me into trying out VTubing in the first place. So make no mistake, we are talking. We've known each other for at least a decade because teenagers, we were playing WoW together. And they got me into it finally so late to the gate. Wish I'd done it sooner. But the truth is, I think that I'm doing differently than I would have done back then in different directions because of the life experience I have now. So it's okay. I think I'm glad, not to be doing this as a teenager. So I'm all right with that. And let me see. Also, I can get away with having a much smexier character because I'm not under 18. So that's all right. Now, with this research, it has inspired new ideas to test drive, and that includes, as I talked to you about, discovering the torso submissive channels out there by Neptune, Jupiter, and Uranus. These ladies are out there as submissives. I'm not, of course, Hero Flame might have spilled the beans, not as submissive. However, I know that world, and for whatever my reasons for that, I liked the concept and figured that I could do it. And also in the days where, I don't have time to bang out and produce a live rigged show, I can at least, I liked the concept. And I said, I could do that. I could definitely do that. And I can go back through old takes, old photos that I just liked the scene at the time and do something more with it. So to have my own assets as the backgrounds is also quicker to produce. And I loved it, and it got a compliment. And one of you subscribers out there is here because of that. So I hope you're enjoying the other ones. There are more to roll out. I'm just breaking it up for the weekend to more family friendly stuff, even though I'm gear myself as a not for children channel. I just like to lighten it up. Some of my oldest subscribers like wholesome coverage and need the positive. So the Dark V series I originally wanted to launch with, I'm not doing it. I'm listening to my first subscribers and not going that direction. But sometimes you will hear me talk real stuff. Sometimes, if that's the mood, and it's just to let people know that while I'm not getting into detail, I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. There's nothing taboo to me. No judgment. If you don't have help or support anywhere else in this world, I'm here to tell you, you are worth something. Your light in your life is worth something. I hope your heart keeps beating. I hope you're kind to yourself. And if other things are not going right, come here. If I can be live with you just to keep you company in the way that I can, to support you in the way that I can. What a magic, what a miracle that we have Wi-Fi, and from anywhere in the world who has Wi-Fi, we can say hello. And in a world where I wish there wasn't war, in a world where I am super heartbroken and disappointed what happened in Ukraine, what's happening in Israel, it shouldn't be happening. We can choose otherwise. And if the only thing I can say is, please, for those of you who have friends from all the different backgrounds in the world, and I know you may have family and friends in these places, no child should die in war. I'm living where I live because my grandfather was forced into war. My family knows, escaping from an occupied village in a war zone during war times. I am the first generation to not starve. I am the first baby to be fat. I'm not, I'm healthy, but what I mean is, I am very fortunate because my grandfather said, I do not want my children to die in war. And he left everything behind. That was his family's birthright for thousands of years, and many of you out there, I think this would, resonate with you. And for those of you who've been here since the beginning of time in this place where we found peace and safety and we're not starving and have had blessings and good fortune, thank you. I know what it cost your people for us to be here, but I'm so grateful that there is a side of the world in the North Americas where the people of the world can bring their children to not die. And I hope that all of our children, yours and ours, the ever being here and the newcomers in whatever generation, that our children can all love each other. And this is even a wish posted on the walls way up in Shawville, Quebec, between the First Nations and first settlers of Europe. May our children grow in love with each other, in friendship with each other for their lifetimes, and the past not repeat itself here. And that is my wish. I'm not going to do land acknowledgement, but I'm just going to give that wish, which my grandfather himself from the other side of the world, who knows what war is. I know many of you out there may be in places where war has been, or you have come through it yourself, or you are the children of people who survived war, slavery, indentured service, etc. The uglier parts of our history. I'm glad that we can connect in peace and kindness and support. I hope you're okay. And know that you're not in the way and you're not a bother. And I want you to choose your life. If the whole world turns on you, I hope you have the strength I found in me to say, I love me enough that I'm going to fight through this because I'm going to get me as far as I can. And love yourself. You are something, you are someone. And this is also part of my original goals. I know how hard it is if you don't feel like anyone's on your side, or you can't really connect with people in a way that you feel that it's real and comfortable and genuine. Even if it might be from the people around us may really love us, but just not know how to have a conversation with us, or to show, they talk about different love languages and everyone's got different ones, and not everyone has the time to think about what is mine, what is yours, because these are thoughts for people who have a safe environment to live in and a safe environment to sleep in on a consistent basis. And for those children, those of us who've grown up with traumas or are in it right now, it takes time, and you're so busy surviving daily that you're going to forget, or that people around you who do love you and want the best for you forget. And sometimes you even turn on each other, but it's because there's no one else to turn on in your at that point where something's got to be de-stressed, and we may not do it the right way. I just want to say I'm here, part of my original goals, and I just want the newest subscribers to know a little bit about me and why I started here. Those of you who started this with me since day one of going live and talking just to myself on my debut, even though many of you knew what I'd be talking about because I knew you before, whether online or in person or face-to-face at some point in your lives. Some of you have even been my roommates. Yeah, I haven't scared people away. People who have lived with me are still talking to me. So I just want you guys to know that, that you are meeting a genuine me here. Finally, in the things to celebrate, we have been trying out some new video games via Steam and Plunderstorm. Yeah, I'm not picking the shoot 'em up games. And again, some of the people that I know out there on my channel are grieving right now. I am grieving right now a little bit. And for some of us, we really need the positives and the sillies and the odds and the feeding our inner child kind of thing right now, just to have a break. Because stuff is tough out there. And some of us are a little weepy on the inside, if not the outside. So I wanted to lighten the mood. I'm glad we had a timed event, Plunderstorm. We made it to level 20. That was halfway through the whole thing. I was late to the start. Yes, Cordrogue, you kept telling me, and I just have been so busy with other stuff and or wanting to sleep. At some point I must. But Plunderstorm was a whole heck of a lot of fun. My best. I've been second place and third place in there. Wow, I was so shocked when I was second place last night. But we got the parrot mount. We got the Nessie mount. We got 3 pets out of it. 2 of them look like a crab and a lobster. And we got the swimming happy goldfish who's swimming around in a bubble around our faces. And we got the peacock mount as well. I would say it's been a really fun 2 weeks. And I didn't go into it very often the first week. I'm glad we got into it a few times this week to break up what I usually do, because my default is the match 3 Candy Crush style Harry Potter out of Facebook, the Zynga games. And that is my default when I really don't want to have to think too hard and just want to ramble with you guys. But I do share lore and such when I can. And since Dragonflight Follies is the thing that keeps me in with my WoW friends, some of our subscribers are there with me live. So you've seen Pescana and you've seen Noriyama. For those of you who are in Zynga with me through Facebook, we've got Dark Alice, Tishy Adams, and Bunny are in there in the Harry Potter Puzzles and Spells. Sometimes we're talking to each other there because Dark Alice doesn't have a YouTube channel, but you'll often see that there's another viewer when you're here with me, and that person who's not speaking is usually Dark Alice because she does night shifts. So she might talk to me through the game, and I'll read what she's saying to us while she's there with us viewing, so she's got a way to talk to us too. It's interesting how we can all do workarounds to stay connected, and I want to welcome the viewer who's here with me now, which may very well be Dark Alice. Finally, I want to thank you, M-Souls, for your constructive feedbacks. Please never be worried about giving it to me, because Magnus has given me so many things. Pumpkin has given me so many good questions right out of the starting gate, right from day one, that I still come back to and apply and use. And those t-shirts I've been memeing, that's Magnus's concepts to cheer me up. And a tough deal I had at a job that I quit, and I shifted to I'm in a new job now, so somewhere else where I'm much happier and having some fun, I dare say. So, but it is a lot of work and still have to balance it all out. So, having done that, let's move on to the icky part. The harder conversation, challenges that I'm facing, time to create my own assets, my own lo-fi beats. I am making my own binaurals. However, the solfeggio rhythms I'm taking from Tune Pocket right now. The need for sleep is huge, and you guys know that sometimes I've fallen asleep on a tuck-in and chill and forgot to chill. I just did the sleep, and I am sorry for that. My sleep today made me a little bit late, but I'm aware that I need to do these things. I'm just surprised that I'm sleeping so much. Sometimes on the weekend in the daytime, I don't expect it to happen, but I have been really tired and a bit under the weather this week, so please forgive me. I know you do, but I'm sorry that it sometimes crosses over because I do want to have a professional be there when I say I will be. The rigging. So this is the third time I've had to re-download my Venus files, and now with a new computer because of those factory crashes and resets, and she's not rigging properly at all. I don't know what I did the last time I uploaded her. I got some really weird over flexi bendy animations and weird stuff. Okay, so I can do this, but that's not what I meant when I was requesting it, but okay. It was supposed to be that a soul could come out of the glow and like smack the window like someone threw like a paint splatter, just so that M-Soul can come out, or like have M-Soul come out and hover with me so you can see, because I do hearken, as you can see by the marbles behind me, to ancient Roman origins and in the times of elves and humans and all other magical creatures and the gods and goddesses of the universe. And here I am in mortal-ish form, elven form. Really, I do have the long ears. It's just I have so much hair. And usually I can flick my hair. I haven't figured it out. I haven't had the time to mess around with it, but it's just not calibrating. So I've reached out, Nikhil Sapra. I do want to thank you, Papa Nikhil Sapra, because you have been trying to reach back to me, but I've just been so busy and sick and tired and on the road so much. I haven't had a chance to connect, but thank you for trying to connect back with me. I appreciate it. So free assets, free games, free sources. I know people have been asking me to download different games and such, but every download would just crash my computer further. So especially Hero Flame, thank you for your patience with that, because I know you're trying to get me to play with your friends and you live while we chit chat, but on gamer nights, and maybe we can start to explore that soon, but just not yet. After June, it would be much better. We can spend the time on our own because we are connected. Some of us are also connected through Twitter. You guys can find me there. Some of us are connected through Steam. You can find us there as well. I don't host my own channel. I don't think. I used to for my guild, but we don't use it anymore. We've kind of graduated away from that. I am in an island time lifestyle, and so for some of you, you'll understand that. For some of you, you'll just be like frustrated with, I'm a little bit late. Please know that usually if I'm up to 15 minutes late, I'm behind the computer swearing at it, and I can't swear here on YouTube for you. It slips out once in a while, but it means I'm having technical difficulties and or I was unwell or asleep, and if I do fall asleep, I needed it. So please forgive me again. I'm sorry. I want to be professional. I want to try to follow the posted scheduled times. When I know in advance that I'm going to be caught up because I'm a commuter, I do get in, and I have been leaving messages for you guys, and you've let me know. Hero Cyan usually lets me know that you've seen it, and it's okay. But I will tell you in the community tab, if I'm not there, please check community tab, because I will try to tell you in advance if I can. Finally, the challenges, and I've seen people in Twitter that are real artists of the riggable 2D and 3D models, balancing the real world online responsibilities, especially not neglecting my swim and exercise schedule. Since I started the new job, I've been doing that. I've only been swimming on the weekends. I really do need, and my longest time subscribers know that I will cut off a show at a certain time, no matter what we're into, so that I can go and swim before it's too late. Unfortunately, certain show nights happen at the same time as the only swim hour that I can get, because this community, they set it up for people who are housebound in the daytime. So, I mean, stay-at-home parents, homemakers, and the retired, and that's not me. So for that, it's been hard, and my body does need more exercise than it's getting. However, in my journey of the goals that I set out in the beginning, for those of you who are my new subscribers, so that you know, it included that every time I sit for a show, I have only healthy snacks, fruits, vegetables, and nuts. I do eat nuts. And also water. Lots of water. I do flavored waters. I will flavor it with lime, lemon. I have discovered cold brew tea bags. I do not have to boil the water, and they're a mix of cucumber and lime, so it's got a punchy flavor. Like it really wakes you up when it hits your tongue. I do mint leaves a lot in my water because my aunt always took mint from the garden, and she kept a whole like handful of mint sprigs in jugs of water. And if you don't have anything else, but you have water that's clean to drink, and I've lived in places where we did not have that. Those of you who know me know that I've almost died and had emergency evacuations from a couple of northern communities, isolated communities where there's no drinkable or even bathable water supply that's safe. So for those of you who live in the parts of the world where those are realities, I have lived that and suffered from that as well, which is why I always have to struggle with my health, because sometimes I'm very well okay and other times I get a bit weaker, and we all have that ebb and flow in our lives. But I have to pay attention. I need clean, cool, drinkable water, and I'm very sensitive to an off smell or something in it, and so I don't drink from taps. I buy my water, and I know as a young kid I always thought that's such a waste of money buying water, and we dunk ourselves in rain barrels and drink from the hose and not come in all day. And now it's very different for me, so very important. I drink more water than anything else, and to make sure that I keep swimming, that I keep walking, because for me, it's very hard to lose weight if you gain it. And during COVID, when we were all kind of inbound, housebound, I was by myself, and it really didn't get to me so much in the first year. But by the second year, working from home, not seeing other humans, I started driving through coffee shops just to see a face and say hello to someone. And I gained the weight then because my body's always played sports, and with sports being shut down, dance being shut down, and the pools being closed for that 2 years, that was not good for me at all. So I'd like to say that I have lost 40 pounds slowly since July, that I've kept off, and I've got more I want to see change, but my legs are back. I've got my muscle tone back. I'm very happy about that. And now I'm working on the torso. It's the hardest part, but I'm still working on it, and I'm still drinking. Like this is, I don't know if you can hear this. This is like, I think a 16 ounce. It's a nice tall thing, and I fill it with water, my ice cubes, and my mint. I was doing a lot of lemon and lime juice in my waters, but my dentist told me earlier this year that my spit had become acidic enough that it was eating my enamel. So it's very tough to not want to lose the enamel on your teeth. You're brushing your teeth and using mouthwash, but at the same time, your waters turned your spit. I mean, I guess I had too much citrus fruit in my system, so now I rotate it with crushing raspberries, cucumbers, basil leaves. Actually settle my stomach. If you guys have unsettled stomach, you want to do things naturally. Basil leaves in water actually. I mean, it's not my favorite smell or flavor, but it's not punchy like lime is. So you can tolerate it. It's not a hit to your tongue like a mint would be, but it's nice. It's more subtle, but it does work too if mint is not your thing. Finally, yeah, I have to recommit to those things. So moving on, because I'm taking longer than I usually do. My action plan's based on all this stuff. So I'm reserving the summer months to complete and develop the scripts for my Brave Immortal Souls series. I do layer a lot of sound effects into those stories. That's why they're a bit shorter and not really getting to where I want to get with the stories. But the script for Freeing M-Soul was made this past summer, and I just haven't had time to sit with it. I don't even know where I put it down. I know it's in here somewhere, but I'm going to do more for that later. And that is like the backstories to set the mood for our community as me as a Frost Death Knight from World of Warcraft turned to VTuber. So here we go. Live shows that used to be 1 to 2 hours long may sometimes be highly reduced when the live viewers aren't there. And I'll log within 20 minutes or the first half hour if no one's around, because I do know that because I'm island time, that's partly my fault, and some of you are also running on island time. Usually I catch here at the tail end of things, so then I'll stick around a little more. I really can't do 2 hours and 3 hours at a time anymore unless it's earlier in the evening and I don't have to go to work the next day or school. And will just forgive me about Plunder Storm. I really couldn't stop until I got the Paramount. I know I pulled an over 3 hour one there. Gaming, I mean, when I first started gaming as a kid, I could have sat there for 14 hours. If I had a pizza and I had a remote control and I had my cell phone around me, I could lie down on the floor in the middle of the living room and not move. And that scared me because I'd been an athlete all my life. I grew up playing outdoors in the universe with a stick in my imagination. So to have so quickly turned into a sedentary creature, I knew I had to always balance that. So still working on that. I have so many scripts in process. It's just about my mood and when I feel inspiration. And the change in me since starting this is I don't force myself to have to create them anymore. We've got so many pre-posted in the times when I felt an inspiration. I could pop out anywhere from 5 to 13 to 16 ideas. And now that I'm into memes and the torso, I drop my camera lols, I can do a variety of different things now I wasn't even thinking about when I started. So that's very exciting to me to know I am definitely a producer. I'm definitely a maker who is still working on improving my skills because I still haven't mastered making my own lofi beats, but we're getting there. But I am very good at making soundscapes with the binaurals, the solfeggio frequencies, and sound effects. So thank you, especially Mixkit, for allowing us to have these assets. I keep reusing the same free ones, but in different ways for different reasons. And it's just been so empowering to be able to have that. Thank you for your generosity there. If I ever monetize, I'll give you a subscription. I'm still waiting for that. We still need to get over 300 subscribers to join us before that can happen. So if any of the 72% of you out there who return does have a YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button because there's like 72% more of you not subscribed to a YouTube channel in order to communicate with us in our live streams. And if I could count your numbers, I could hit that. I could monetize, and then things will take off even in other directions. I am taking breaks and leaving things unfinished to sleep. I am trying to do more than just one night a week, but right now it's about one night a week where I don't look at all and I just do other things. And I need to do more of that. This next 2 months, I'm going to be going to a lot of workshops. So there will be times where I will pre-post and just let things pop at regular show times. But I'll let you know in the schedules when I can what's going on. This is for work and also because I'm taking a course. And taking this course, so what I've been doing is to be accredited with guided imagery therapy, where I could actually be called a therapist or a coach. And I feel more comfortable with the word coach because I did not go to medical school. But as a coach, I think you're not expecting me to give you medical results, but more because I'm already producing sleep aid videos and came out of the gate with this need because I need it for myself as well. And so many people I know need this help and we're not getting restful sleep. And it's just, we're going through this life exhausted in an unnatural way. And as much as I wish I could, let us all be able to make money while running around outside in the daytime when it's safer for so many of us, to live natural lives so that our bodies can be healthier and then our minds would feel better too. And so I'm doing this. I started taking the course actually a month ago, and I'm working actually with Hero Flame as one of my case studies to work on really making them better. And you're going to see some popping up in the next couple of days. There's one coming out called Clouds. There's one about an orchid that are much more about trying to apply some of the techniques. I know I had my own style, and this shifts my style a little bit, but I want to try to do the more, I guess, the medical or clinical way, just to see if it helps you guys more. I mean, I had my own way, and I think I liked my style, but I also need to grow, and if it means I'm helping more people in a real way, I want you all to know that I'm not just making this up just to make it up, but there's real intention behind it. And I will always tell you in the notes, I might have forgotten some, I have to check some, but I usually tell you if I have binaural beats or not, whether something has music or white noise, and if there's another version that looks the same with these other elements, because whatever works best for you. Thank you to the people who've complimented my voice. I am trying to control it, and again, I know there's the differences with my different microphones, and right now I'm not using the most sensitive microphone, but I do when it's intentional for sleep aid videos. So just know that I'm doing something about this thing that we've been doing to make it better in a professional way to help, because that is, I came into this wanting to be a safe space that maybe I didn't have at a certain time, so that people will choose life. And again, talking to the concepts as I draw my lore from ancient Rome as my source for my rigged avatar Venus. Their goddess of love and also intelligence. She also was out there in the war zones too, helping her worshippers, her people. But in the concept of there are two deaths to a person. One is the physical body, and one is the soul. And they lived their lives for ensuring the soul. And sometimes I also look at that in a more practical way. Sometimes we lose the use of our limbs before we use the clarity of our mind. Other times, unfortunately, and many of us who are seeing the elders in our family live longer than the generation before them, things like dementia, aphasia, that kind of stuff where you start to lose yourself, your personality, your memories, those ways that you're affected. Sometimes your mind, your personality, your soul goes first. And whether you think of it in an ethereal way, a religious way, or a practical way, I want you to be in the best of health. You are a precious soul. You are a precious personality. You are precious. And I say that even if you're a man, a full-grown man who's 80 years old with I don't know, marine tattoos, you are someone's baby. You are someone's child. You are a new life in this world. You've been through so much to be where you are today. I want everyone to hold on and love yourself, even if you feel like the world around you isn't. I've been through that. I know I'm strong enough to do it. And I've seen so many people not be strong enough. And I've also stand by some people out there who know that I wouldn't leave them in a moment where they were making that choice. I want you to choose you. I want you to choose this side of life. Whether it's coming from inside of yourself or people outside of and around you. I know it's hard, especially if you're in a smaller place or a more isolated place, to find healthy partners, to find healthy friends. But be your own best friend. And don't forget the simplest thing we can do if you have clean water or juice beverages, something good for your health. Please hydrate. Be your own best friend. Be the friend to your organs. We can't see what's going on inside of ourselves, but we can help to feed ourselves with something clean and refreshing to help our organs keep us here, keep on going. I know some of you are dealing with chronic illnesses, pain. I know what permanent nerve damage is from a young age. I just want you to know I do know something of. It's not the same. Mine is not the same as yours, but I do know what it is to live long term with things that you have to stay on top of. And there are times you're going to get tired, times you need to rest, times you're going to fight it, times that you just need some support to be able to keep going. Know that I'm here and in the way that I can be. So that is why I really like that I can post things that you can go back to, search my different playlists. There are so many styles of playlists now. I think I did too many. I'm trying to consolidate them now to make them fewer but meaningful and still categorized by what you're in the mood for. I am a gamer and I'm starting to do the VTube thing, but I'm still a gamer at heart, and I'm just a person that knows it's tough out there. It's so easy for things to go wrong, even when we're trying to do everything the right way. But keep going, because you're worth it, and that is what I'm here to tell you. Now, I'm going to do this. Every guild meeting I've ever had up until today has had sneak peeks where I feature 1 to 2 new things, and you're just the first ones to get to see it before I put it in the playlist live for the public. And I usually set them to go live in the minute that the show's supposed to start. But today, it's a big one. I've been thinking about it and talking about it for a while, and I just couldn't get it done in time. And this is honestly partly also why I was late to come in today, because I was trying so hard to get it done, and everything except there's 3 types of screens to this. Every third screen is a certain thing I got done, but every second and every first of the 3 may or may not be done yet. So I'm only going to give you a sneak peek of the first little tasty tease, and when it go live, I won't tell you. I'll just tell you to keep eyes out, because in the next week or so, this is coming. So let's move this out of the way. Here's what I'm going to do. Which one am I going to... Can I do that? Let me see. Oh, here it is. This is what I can do. Boom. And I'm just going to adjust. You're going to see me adjusting this. I'm going to go over here. No, you know what? I think I want to shut myself down. Hang on. And that. Nope. Oh, it's this. There. I'm gone. Now, I'm going to unlock this for a second and readjust this. Okay. This is the newest door game. Usually it's dating door games, trolley lolly law. And what I want you to know about this is that I make these door games because I thought it was a neat idea. I used to do them myself, dating door games through the Harry Potter characters, because I'm a Harry Potter fan. I will always be a Harry Potter fan. Pottermore, I'm in there too. And but I saw one that was pretty neat. And this guy who wrote these crime stories, he made it for his friends. Don't know his name, but I'll put the information in his the episode once I go back, once this is all finished, to know where I got this idea from. So lots of dating door games, but you guys can count on me never to be the mushy Valentine's girl. So I'll just give you a sneak peek of the first little bit here. Sorry, I really had to take a swig of that water. So if you haven't hydrated, please do. So it's going to open. I'm going to put on some cool music. I've got a lot of lovers of trap. I love R&B, electronic, all that stuff. Unless you guys tell me the style of music you want, the subscribers who've given me information, that's what they like. So that's the style of stuff I try to mix in. So here we go. Venus Callida's Crime Story Door Games. There are 10 categories. You'll get 5 seconds to choose the picture that you like. Stay focused on that picture, and when they change, you're going to see who answers whatever that idea is about. Please hit like and subscribe if you had fun. Please share your results in the comments. It would be fun to know how your day in the life of this door game works. So, one night you couldn't sleep. The path behind your cabin was filled with angry voices. When you look out your window, one of them saw you. Ooh, and I'm going to fix something right now. Get rid of that. I was wondering where that little face went. Yep. One of them kidnaps you. And then, talking you through, usually I would do other things for the pictures, but instead of getting rid of the backgrounds, it was too hard to find the animals. So I just added backgrounds to the ones that didn't have them, just so it's more consistent. But what you do is focus on the creature you like the most, whatever is speaking to you. Stay focused on it. And then after the 5 seconds, it's going to switch. Now, here's what I want my subscribers to know. If you never want me to add you to any of my door games, please just tell me. Most of them, you're going to see the early ones are featuring the same people because they're the first subscribers I had, and I was talking to them live or online, and they were okay with it. So I'm just going to assume you're okay with it, and if you're not, I did not choose the live faces for these characters, although there's some that pop up later. If you don't want to be featured, just let me know. You can leave me notes in the community tab. If you want, there's comment under the schedule, and I will see it, and or comment under a video and let me know under a door game video specifically, so that I know if you don't want to be used. If my subscribers have a picture like Beth here, or Phantom Assassin, or Lemonade Stand, or IOQ, and I don't even know how to say that, or Mavis Act 2, using using a picture that is not a human face, but like their avatar, or if I can find one by going to your channel, because I do subscribe to the people who subscribe to me for the most part, unless you have no subscribers, then I'll try to use whatever image you have chosen for your character's name. And we'll do that. And if you're someone who does World of Warcraft with me or Harry Potter Puzzles and Spells, I use whatever your avatar is in the game as your representation here, like Marcin and Iron Hands. They play WoW with me. Lemonade Stand does too. That's Aloria, everybody, but he has his own moniker here on YouTube. So as Lemonade Stand, these are who. So who's the person that kidnapped you? Let's say I want to choose the boar. Oh, Iron Hands kidnapped me. Naughty boy. By the way, that's Mini Skelly. That's Carry Mage, everybody. A real war vet. And he's just an awesome WoW player. Known him forever. Love him. Same with Marcin. Same with Lemonade Stand. They're the my WoW gamer friends. And everyone else here is even a new subscriber or a newer subscriber in the past year. Thanks everybody for joining in and being with me. I hope you don't mind, but I feel like I'm not violating your privacy if I'm using the picture, like the illustration that you guys chose for yourselves for YouTube, because if they went to your channel by seeing you as my subscriber and they explored you, they would see this too. So I figure it's okay. Now, there are a couple of people, and I'm going to give you a heads up, that I use their live faces at the very end of the screen. And skipping ahead, I don't want to give it away, but some of you I've met live or I've never met live, but you're my subscriber. If you have a real face and you're an adult, not if you're a child, then I did use your face, but I didn't tell anybody what your subscriber name is. But again, because you're choosing these as your picture in YouTube, I figure it's okay. And if it's not for you, please just pop me a message and I have no problem changing it. But I just wanted to go to the end screen here and read this to you guys. So here's my intention. Thank you for watching. Please let me know what happened in the comments. I want to know. And I hope my subscribers have fun being featured in my door games. It's meant as my thanks for your participation here, making our community great. If you're not yet a part of our community, hit like and subscribe. And so I hope you like being featured. I feature some of the same people for quite a long time because they are the ones I know the best, who know that I'm doing it, who know that I'm knowing they're using their images. And they're my first subscribers. But now that we have newer subscribers and we're growing, I don't want to leave anyone out. And I know that my oldest subscribers, please don't feel disappointed. I will put you in again. And if anyone has a theme for a door game they'd like me to do, absolutely let me know, and if it's appropriate, because I want to stay user-friendly for everybody. And I do have subscribers. And no, there's no criticism here at all, that like to see the more wholesome side of me. They get a little bit upset if I get a little bit too sassy online. So, but I'll always put a warning in. So I'd like to be in keeping with that. So, having done that, that is, I'm going to fix this again. Because for some reason, even though I'm using the same program, they seem to switch. Anyway, so here I'm back. Yay. And with the screen capture, I just have to push it up a tiny bit. Okay, that's our sneak peek for this week. Haven't done guild meetings for a bit, but we've had a lot of growth and change in the past 2 weeks, so I wanted to acknowledge it by popping one in here. They used to be every week, and then it was once a month, and now it's just, I think I'll wait until I feel like there's a new vibe going on. Now here's our open forum, and the viewers that were here with me up until now are gone. And this seems to happen a lot. People stick with me right till the very end, so I guess my meetings take a bit long, and this one is one of the longer ones. But don't worry, we're almost done. I would have asked you what's on your mind, what do you want to talk about, and sometimes we random chat. Sometimes when it's Hero here, I usually try out new video games to show people the games, and I have been asked repeatedly by Emerson and someone else out there recently to do Roblox. I thought Roblox was a game, but it turns out there's a whole bunch of free games in there that I can play. So many styles of stuff. So I want to tell you, next gamer night, since no one's here live, usually I'll play a game with people. I've been like doing Mario Kart with Hero Flame one time. We actually, the one thing we could do together. But I'm going to be exploring the following the next couple of times. So this takes us away from Steam games and takes us into, and again, I want to feed the lighter side of life right now. I'm not going into all the too bad death murdery stuff because some of us are grieving right now a lot. So there's a Hello Kitty cafe. Definitely want to do that first because the other cafe simulator game that we tried out last Thursday, it's I don't know how to move ahead, so it's just too boring for me. I think it could be interesting if I could get ahead, but I think I made a mistake early in and covered up some moss and can't get rid of it, and I just can't catch those mice, so we're not going to progress. So I'm going to abandon that and delete it from my computer. We've got Roblox Froggy Pond Tycoon. I have no idea what this is about. Please don't tell me. I want to do live reveals of, I like doing the raw. It's the first time I've seen this. So you guys see me downloading, and I think I don't even have to download. I save these links. We're going to go straight into them Thursday for our next gamer night next week. And this is what we're going to explore. Froggy Pond Tycoon. It just looked cute, so I wanted to try it. Roblox. Okay. Death Ball. It looks ridiculous. It's like you're a Harrison Ford in a cartoon world, in a digital squared icon screen stuff, and you're trying to hit the ball with stuff. I don't know what the point. I mean, it just sounds ridiculous, and I want to do it. So then we've got Roblox Murder Mystery 2. That's a more thinky one. I'll probably do bad at it, but it kind of reminds me of those space guys, those Among Us. I guess, but it doesn't look like that. But the more thinky one, I'll save that for last. And if we don't get to it this Thursday, it'll be another Thursday. But okay, everybody, you won me over. You've been asking me for a couple of months. I said I'd do it. I finally did it. Roblox, because it's free. And I just want to explain. I want to do all the free stuff because you guys out there watching me, if you get interested in it and want to do it with me, well, it should be free because I can't help you pay for it. And too much in life costs too much. So free stuff. This is what we're going to look at next gamer night. And that's about it. So since I don't see any viewers and we're almost hitting an hour here, which is more, it's like double what I usually do, I want to say meeting adjourned. Thank you for checking me out. Those of you who were viewing silently on the sidelines there. And I hope you found this interesting. And if you're ever bored, just come and check out my different playlists. Tell your friends. Get everybody to subscribe. Help me out. And if I monetize, I will go back to. I had set up so many different things I've got here for at least, well, I'll say 4 things to do for the sleep stuff. Maybe there's more. And some of them are scripts that I made and abandoned and never produced. So I say, eventually get to it. I'm just choosing all the more fun stuff first and the businessy stuff for later. But I've noticed a lot of people actually checked out one of them specifically. So I have something here in line with that to show you guys later and tell you why it helped me out. So have a wonderful weekend. We're in the middle of it. I hope you're out there partying. If you're studying, don't forget to take some time to take care of yourself too. Have some fun. We get this one go around in this form. Have some fun with it. Yeah. And don't forget to hydrate. And so for my typical, the thing someone has commented, this seems to be so important to me in my thing. Hydrate. Clean water. Sometimes give your body a break in there. Give it a chance to just like rest too. Because if you're exhausted, your heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, all that, pancreas, it's exhausted too. So be kind to yourself. Be your own best friend. Please drink water. I raise my cup to toast all of you to your health and mind. Have a wonderful week. May you be healing well and rested and have sweet dreams. Everybody chin chin. That was a super chug. I'm not sorry. All right, everyone, take care. This is Venus Callida. The guild meeting is adjourned, and I will see you next time live Sunday night for Dragonflight Follies. Take care.